Hello and welcome back to another video, everyone. One of three today. I've got 3 videos coming out today, so stay woke. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you're new. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers before the end of the year. And yeah, today we are talking about 2 players from West Ham United that I don't think will make the Lopetegui era. Now, I've been calling this the Lopetegui era because, well, I don't know, it just rolled off the tongue, and that's also what got a bit more views the last time I titled it that. But yeah, these 2 players I don't think can fit the Lopetegui era, and I don't think should. And the reason why I'm going to say should is because there are some players that are already going, or some players that are already staying that I'm pretty sure has already been said. So Ben Johnson's leaving. I'm not going to talk about Vladimir Coufal, even though I don't think he should be here. I think he's actually out of the. If I was to put him in this, out of the 3 players that I was going to name, he probably would have been the least problem. Aaron Cresswell is unfortunately staying. No, obviously I don't rate Ben Johnson as highly as everyone should. It's just a homegrown thing, but I don't believe that we should have let him go on a free. I believe we should have sold him at the start of the season. But whatever. Obviously Maxwell Cornet's future's up in the air as well, because we don't know whether he will keep the patience and maybe stick it out longer at West Ham because of a new manager. Excuse me. So, Thomas Soucek and Kurt Zouma. Let's talk about these 2. I don't think these 2 players could fit the Lopetegui era, or should be in the Lopetegui era and fit the Lopetegui way of thinking when it comes to football. Now, assuming that Lopetegui is going to come in and play a controlling style, a style of football where you keep the ball and you go, like, have the other team come to you and keep the ball, then Thomas Soucek definitely, probably even worse than Zouma, probably definitely can't be in this. Now, Thomas Soucek is a great tackler, a great blocker, and great at arriving in the box. But those are in 2 different phases of play, right in another person's box and your own box. But everything in the middle, Thomas Soucek cannot do. I don't imagine this guy trying to run to win the ball high up the pitch. Not that we've seen him in that, because we don't play that way under Moyes, but he would struggle to even get up there. He can cover distance, yes. But you see, when you come up against a number 10, a mobile number 10, or a mobile midfielder in general, I've seen this guy struggling against every mobile midfielder. I've seen Curtis Jones give this guy a hard time. I've seen Barry Eze give this guy a hard time. I've seen Erdegaard give this guy a hard time. James Maddison. Just everyone. Unless you're very, very, very organised, Thomas Soucek won't survive. He won't survive that part of the game. Yes, he's an aerial threat. However, when it comes to actually coming to receive the ball as a midfielder or stringing passes together, he can definitely ping a ball. He can definitely do a good diag. But for some reason, he cannot pass 5 yards. Now, the basis of football, like, even if you're not a professional footballer, even if you're like me and never, obviously, nowhere near good enough for football. You play Sunday League, or you play with your mates, you take a touch and then you pass it to your mate, or you pass it to your teammate. When this guy is receiving the ball, takes a touch of the ball, he's then stretching to keep the pass alive due to the fact that he has a bad touch. The guy's never been that type of midfielder to bring the ball down and then, progress play. So I don't think he's going to fit this system anyway. And hopefully with it being more of a 4-3-3 from what I assume, from what I saw at Sevilla, I don't think Thomas Soucek will fit that. I think Ward-Prowse will, and we'll get onto that. Maybe another time. Maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow. But I just don't see Soucek being able to link up with players, being able to progress play, being able to do 1-2s, being able to be that presence in midfield on the ball, coming to receive the ball. I see him being good off the ball, but it's just, then again, we're actually going to win the ball high up the pitch rather than, cutting off angles and staying at the edge of your box. And as much as Lopetegui does care about a defence as well, as we've seen with some of the tactics and some of the breakdowns, I don't think Soucek will fit. I don't think he has a pathway in here. And with other midfielders such as Freddie Potts and George Murphy, sorry, there's a fly. I was about to batter this fly. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary for him to be here, if I'm being completely honest. Now, the second player I was going to talk about, Kurt Zouma. Now, this isn't actually to do with ball playing ability, because I'm going to break down what I think of Kurt Zouma. Now, when Kurt Zouma signed, I wanted him anyway. That was the player I wanted. I was gassed when we signed him. It was obviously, if you remember at the time, that deal was on and off all the time. But I was very happy with Zouma. I didn't do a video on it, but I was still doing YouTube. I was still doing on this channel. This is where I started, really, for 3 years. I've been doing this for nearly 3 years now. And yeah, I was happy with it because I thought Ogbonna and Zouma, that's the partnership call. And then we've got Diop and Dawson to come in. And I think actually at the time I probably would have wanted Diop and Zouma because I thought them two would play well together. They actually did play only a couple of times. Once was against Kidderminster, it did not go well. And the other time was against Zagreb, where it did go well. But I thought Zouma would get the best out of Issa Diop. But then Ogbonna got injured as well. And it all kind of fell over from there. Now, when you watch Kurt Zouma with the ball, it looks like he's about to pull 3 ACLs, 4 hamstring injuries, a head injury, a shoulder injury, his whole ligament. It looks like he's about to become undone. It looks like all the body parts are about to fall off and he's about to collapse like C-3PO. He does look like C-3PO playing football if you have watched Star Wars. But it's like C-3PO if he had a gym membership. That's the way I describe Kurt Zouma. Now, when you watch him, when he first came into the club and even last season, and this is he's had 3 full seasons. The first 2 seasons, even when he's coming out with the ball, trying to dribble with the ball, driving with the ball, the guy would never actually lose the ball. It would just look like he's about to fall over all the time. So that was the difference. However, around the injury I don't know whether it was Christmas or January time or whatever, it's not been the same Zouma. He's actually taken too many knee injuries for me, which has made him run in quicksand, as I like to say. If you've heard me on every stream and every video, when I talk about Kurt Zouma, I've always referred to the fact that he runs in quicksand. I always refer to the same goal as well. Now, when we lost to Freiburg in the first leg of the Europa League in the round of 16, where Alvarez gave away the ball, when they went to counter and it went across goal and Kurt Zouma was there, Zouma could have got there, but no pace. He lost all his pace a long time ago when he had that big injury at Chelsea, but he lost even more pace. His knees cannot take it anymore. So that's what's kind of messed him up. And he's not bad with the ball. He could probably play football still, but it's just the fact that if you're playing in a high line, you don't want Kurt Zouma there. He's a good tackler, and he's actually very good if you're structured well in a low block. That's why we were so good under David Moyes for that 21-22 season in periods of time, because Zouma and Ogbonna were intelligent defenders, or Craig Dawson when he came in and it was Zouma and Dawson for a bit, even though Zouma and Dawson isn't the partnership you want to see. At the same time, sometimes it worked because they were both just really good defenders. And yeah, I just don't think Zouma's it anymore. Nothing against him, because I like Zouma. Obviously, the whole cat thing, stupid man, of course. I don't know why you'd do that to a cat, but whatever. But that's a conversation for another day as well, because the whole media thing, the media tried to make him look worse than certain other people doing worse things than him. But with Zouma, your time is just up. He's got 1 year left on his contract. But the problem is, I think we're going to lose him on a free, purely because we're not going to make any money off him because no one's going to come in for him. And we're also not going to give him a new contract. So unless there's a 1 year extension thing that they can trigger, which I think they should trigger if that is a thing, because then we can assess it for the whole year and try and sell him on, I think he needs to go as well. I think him and Soucek, their time's up. So let me know what you think. Do you think Kurt Zouma and Thomas Soucek, they fit into the Lombardi system? Do you think they have a future going forward? Let me know in the comments below. Check out the other 2 videos that you'll see on the channel. And yeah, make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me, the email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.